Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mashiakosaurus, and tonight we're playing a little bit of Metroid Prime 2, Ichoes. It's been a few days. We last left off in the Aegon Wastes. As the famous Sonic the Hedgehog character likes to say, let's go! Okay, not Samus 2, that's my personal game. I've been playing this for my own benefit to jog my memory about where things are and stuff in my own time. Okay, so when we last left off, we had just been to the Aegon Energy Controller, and then we came back here. Our next goal is to get to here and activate that portal now that we've got Morph Ball bombs. Whee! Ow. Stop spitting at me, it's weird. No. Hut, hut. There. Luminoth lore translated Paradise. Aether was a fertile, aged world with bountiful fields and oceans. The native creatures were gentle compared to other worlds we had encountered. We settled in a mountain region at first, in cliffside dwellings. In time, we established settlements in the green forest of Torvus and the fertile plains of Aegon. A great temple was built between our three domains, a place of peace and a monument to our accomplishments. It was a time of harmony for our people. We can read that now because we've got upgraded translator files. Hop, hop, hop. And we've been up there. Now, here we've got those... Oh, there's something way up there. There's also, if I remember correctly, something under here. Yeah. Denzium. Okay. We want to go this way. Get off my face, sand. Okay. So now we're in the correct place. Oh, this can't be good. Okay, morphology, Dark Pirate Trooper, Darkling possessed Space Pirate. Enhanced strength and stamina gained from addition of symbiote. Dislikes bright lights. Pirate troopers, already trained to follow orders without question, were perfect candidates for Ing possession. Darklings moved to take every trooper they could, expanding the army of the Horde considerably. Space pirate technology struck a chord with the Ing, who now hunt actively for gadgetry of any kind, especially weapon systems. Come on. There we go. There. Pick up some health. I think there's, yeah, a little lore thingy back here. Luminoth lore translated, Light of Aether. The main energy controller was built in the Great Temple. 3 sub-controllers were built in the temples of Artorvus, Aegon, and Sanctuary. They collected the energy of Aether, then radiated it over the world to all who needed it. In time, we came to call this precious energy the Light of Aether. It brought an age of peace and prosperity to the Luminoth. There will be a quiz on this later, so pay attention, folks. Or don't, I'm not even wrong. And on to the next. New creatures entry. Morphology, Pillbug, cave-dwelling herbivore, vulnerable to concussion blast. Use them to stun and damage this enemy. Pillbugs prefer to dwell in dark caverns, though they can exist in lit areas. Navigating with a series of sensitive antennae, they roam through caves in search of moss and fungus. Pillbugs can move rapidly and will ram unwary targets to clear their path as they search for food. A pillbug can be jarred loose from a surface with a concussive blast. Doing so reveals its vulnerable belly. This is how you deal with them. Now that we've got all our solar panels arrayed, or solar lenses arrayed, power is flowing through the apparatus. Ah! Hop, hop, hop. System analysis complete. Console used to energize and open a portal to Dark Aether, currently online. Portal generation system initiated. We've been to Dark Aether before previously, but only in cutscene. Now we're going to be here for real. Okay, Dark Aether's atmosphere is dangerous. Good to know. Glowing safe zones protect you from Dark Aether's atmosphere. Morphology, Blade Pod, living storage units of the Ing Horde. These Ing morph their bodies around useful items to protect them. They rely on larger Ing for protection. These Ings morph their bodies around useful items to protect them. They rely on larger Ing for protection, as they have no way of fending off enemies. Damage from all weapons will harm them, but light-based weapons are superior. What, just like in general? Some safe zones must be shot to function. Xenotech, Luminoth Light Crystal, generates a protective field of light energy. Light crystals provide protection from Dark Aether's atmosphere. They can be nullified by dark energy and supercharged by light energy. They were created by the Luminoth during their war with the Ing, and many still remain in use. Dark creatures despise the crystals. Some are injured or killed by the field they create. That's generally not true. Shoot the sparkling energy nearby to energize the safe zone. Well, let's scan it first. Luminoth Light Beacon generates protective field when energized. Light beacons must be energized by beam weapon fire to function and remain charged for a limited time. So light beacons must be energized by beam weapon to fire to function and remain charged for a limited time. The beacons were created when the Luminoth ran short of light crystals during the war. While simpler to make, the beacons were also unstable. They had to be energized periodically and could run out of energy at critical moments. Still, any protection was better than none for the Luminoth warriors. Energized safe zones don't last forever. And you'll notice that when we're in Dark Aether's atmosphere, we rapidly take damage. But when we're in the safe zones, we slowly regenerate. Okay, transdimensional activity detected. A device has been activated back on Aether. So we've opened this pathway now in both worlds. Come on. Morphology. Inglet. Worker drone of the Ing Horde. Wall-crawling, morphing bioform. Strongly dislikes bright light. Inglets perform the menial labor of the Horde, but can be pressed into a combat role if there is need. They are amorphous blobs capable of clinging to nearly any surface. Inglets can fire bursts of dark matter in self-defense, though they prefer to avoid battle. They seldom travel alone and can be dangerous in large numbers. As with all Ings, they dislike bright light and will avoid it if possible. These things aren't much, and you can shoot them in their blob state, although it can be tricky to hit them. Where'd that last one go? There it is. Okay. Nothing much to scan here. Okay. Now, we should note that these worlds are mirror images of each other, or not even mirror images of each other. For instance, they have the exact same layout. Minor differences, but for the most part, they have the same layout in both worlds. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to go this way. Oh, what trouble awaits us now. It's one of these things. Morphology, Warrior Ing, the soldiers of the Ing Horde. Shape-shifting wall crawler, dangerous combatant in melee and at range, dislikes bright light. Warrior Ing are challenging foes. They can render themselves into amorphous puddles and move over most terrain, including walls. Warrior Ing can turn their bodies into deadly projectiles sheathed in dark energy. The tips of their legs are razor sharp, making them formidable in melee. Finally, Warrior Ing are capable of channeling transdimensional energy and firing it at their enemies. Their only real weakness is bright, pure light, which they hate and fear. Again, you can shoot the blob form of them if you can manage to hit it. There we go. blast shield on the door blocking access. Analysis indicates that the blast shield is invulnerable to most weapons. Dark energy may damage it. And that object that's out of scanning range is going to have to come back into scanning range. Here we go. Morphology. Lightbringer. Light-generating forager. Creature generates safe zone while living. Immune to most forms of attack. Lightbringers were created by the Luminoth for the use in the war with the Ing. The crystalline creatures generates a field of life-giving energy at all times, and they can be energized like a safe zone crystal. They are immune to most weapon fire. Only a burst of matter-antimatter can destroy them. So these things are super rare, by the way. You definitely want to scan this one here because I think you only see 2 of them in the entire game. There's a portal there, but we can't get to it. Three of them, I guess, because this one doesn't count. I'm not doing that. He's pushing me, which is kind of amusing. One of the problems that Prime 2 has that makes it a lesser game compared to the first, in my opinion, is that everything seems to take way too much damage and deals back a lot. There is a missile upgrade, but we need the spider ball upgrade to get it. Well, the Jump Guardian. Morphology, Jump Guardian, Space Jump powered Warrior Ing. Powerful metamorph with enhanced jump abilities, able to generate energy shockwaves and force fields. This Warrior Ing has absorbed the power of the Space Jump boots. It can leap incredible distances and heights, and uses this ability to great effect in battle. Target can generate powerful shockwaves of dark energy and will sheathe itself in a potent force field to protect itself. It cannot maintain the shield indefinitely. Concentrate weapon fire on it when the shield is down. Can do. I thought I jumped over that. Really bad at timing my jumps. Those little laser beams that he shoots can push you right out of the protected field if you let them. Honestly not a very difficult boss. Just tedious because you don't have any very effective weapons. Space jump boots acquired. Press B to jump. While still in the air, press B again to perform an extra space jump. Additional data downloaded to the Enterprise. So, yeah. Looks like we've only got 2 possible places we can go here. Those light flyers in Dark Aether drop safe zones when they die. Very nice. And now with space jump boots, we can get over to here. Back to where we were. Okay. Portal generation system initiated. This portal is active. Walk into the portal to initiate return transit to Aether. Light portals allow living beings to travel to Aether without being disrupted and scattered throughout the interdimensional void. They are unstable, however, and will only remain viable for limited periods of time. Some can be reactivated, while others vanish forever once they are used. Now that we've got the space jump boots, we can get quite a bit further along. And hey, there's that open passage. Allow me to demonstrate one of the most effective combat techniques of Metroid Prime 2. It's called running the fuck away. You often don't need to engage enemies at all. And quite often you should not engage enemies because it is a waste of resources. Yay, a new research entry. Morphology, blue root tree, highly poisonous plant form. Durable tree with venomous leaves, found on several worlds in desert climate zones. The blue root tree is common on worlds with desert regions. While an elegant, attractive plant, the tree's leaves are highly toxic. Few species can ingest the leaves and live. Many of them, such as the space pirates, consider the deadly blue root leaf a delicacy. You guys done yet? And here we are. Back at this save station. Okay. Now. I believe we can get through that blocked off passage. And if we don't jump in the center of the sand pit here, we won't trigger another one of those stupid worms. Security clearance approved. Door systems online. Through vigilance and strength, we create peace. Oh. Thought that was a hole. Eroded rock section contains telluric alloy. Multiple fractures present. Well, I've got just the key for that. Let's grab us the map. Okay. So as we can see, there's a lot of stuff that we have not explored yet. Our immediate goal is to get back to Mining Station A and take this path. So let's do that. Just jog over here. And we're back here. Am I breaking this? There's nothing I need. Now that we have space jump, we can get up here. Luminoth lore translated. Cataclysm. Okay, the starborn terror burnt through the heavens and struck Aether with an untold might. We all expected the world to shatter, but Aether held. There was great devastation, however. The green plains of Aegon were scorched forever, and the forest of Torvus was engulfed by and racked by the sea. The skies burned for days, casting darkness over the land. Sand gates will move to the open position. There we go. Structural analysis complete. This storage unit has been modified to transport radioactive material. Rad scans indicate the presence of phazon energy. Handle with caution. Handle with caution indeed. Structural analysis complete. Crude but efficient device designed to harness wind power. Components are of space pirate design. Vehicle, Shrike class assault skiff, light attack craft, and troop transport. Vehicle is unarmed but heavily armored. Eliminate troops if possible before they disperse. Plans for the Shrike were recently stolen from a GF lab by the space pirates. Production began immediately, and the fast-moving skiff is now part of most space pirate operations. It is used primarily as a troop transport, taking a fire team of troopers into action. Like 2. The Shrike is unarmed, relying on the troops it carries for protection against hostile forces. Okay. There's going to be more to scan here. So. Specifically this. Mechanism, Vigilance class turret, manned defense system. Heavy weapon, fires powerful energy blasts, using rapid movement and cover to avoid damage. The Vigilance class turret is found in many space pirate bases. Built to support the Humility class turret, it is as accurate as the gunner operating it. Many young space pirates begin their careers as sentries. A tour as a Vigilance gunner is considered a mark of distinction. These things aren't too hard to take out. Magnetic rail system track detected. Rail system powered and active. Spider-ball technology required to access track. Okay. Fill our health a little. That's a problem. Fortunately, structural analysis complete. Grading section is composed of telluric alloy. Structural integrity critical. Like to hear that. Okay. Open. Don't worry, they won't spot us. We've just got to be worried about running into those energy beams when they fire off. get some scanning done. Metroid handling protocols 07.202.02. Metroids are not pets. Metroids are not for target practice. Finally, unauthorized feeding of Metroids is still strictly prohibited. Medical report 07.199.09. Technician 12 relieved after showing signs of Phazon fever, in where he claimed the Phazon as his own and held us at gunpoint until security arrived. Sentry report 07.202.4. Out of field descriptors. Failed to allocate RTV descriptor. And my game crashed. Well, that's a first. Let's get back into it. I don't know how much of that we're going to have to replay. Certainly the battle at the opening of the place. Come on. Single player. Aegon Wastes. This will go a little bit faster because I don't have to read everything, but I still need to scan everything again. What a pain. Don't need to scan that. Okay. So as we're marching back there, and I've got nothing else to talk about, let's talk about how Echoes is not quite up to Metroid Prime. No, I like a lot of the things that it does. It's more challenging. That can be a good or bad thing depending on how you like it. I think that the difficulty is tweaked a little bit high for a casual gamer like me. But it's not too bad yet. Let's just skip that cutscene. So I like the fire and liquid effects in this game, particularly. I think that those are done much better than in Prime 1. I like the Space Pirate look. I like the look of a lot of things, honestly. Visually, it's hard to argue that this isn't an upgrade from Prime. what I don't like about it, the difficulty is relentless. Like, ow. Just gotta keep moving so that they don't hit me. There. The difficulty is relentless, and this game makes you juggle ammo. It's not real difficult, but you'll see what I mean later on. But for most of the game, you'll be using weapons that do not have unlimited ammo. And it's a bit weird to have limited ammo in a Metroid game. I mean, I won't say that it's bad per se, but it's definitely weird. Okay. We are back. Okay, Space Pirate encrypted data decoded. Phazon raids. Phazon extraction raids are underway on Dark Aether. The toxicity of the atmosphere has taken a toll on our workforce, as have the hostile natives of that world. Science team is preparing survival gear to protect our work teams, and we have increased our security presence in extraction areas. Fortunately, High Command is sending more troops and supplies. Our troops and resources are spread dangerously thin, and this mission cannot fail. Okay, medical report, held at gunpoint. No, this one. Thank you. We didn't get to this one. Sentry report 07202.04. I grow weary of standing watch on a wasteland. The accursed Marines are weak and vulnerable. Why do we not attack? They owe us a fate debt for the attack on our supply ship. Instead of settling accounts, we sit around in this sandpit like a group of timid old spinsters. It is time for action. Okay. Planet Dark Aether. Transdimensional duplicate of planet Aether. Can't determine origin of Aether's dark twin. Contains high levels of Phazon ore. Native bioforms attack on sight. Pretty. Dark Aether Transit 424 complete. Radiation levels within tolerances. Dark cannon operating at full power. No signs of instability detected. Cooldown cycle underway. Security analysis complete. Unable to bypass Space Pirate security. Portal control access denied. Find an alternative method of accessing portal control. Power relays connected. Elevator unit online. Step into hologram. Security report 07.202.06. Commando Unit 87 has failed to report. Unit was dispatched to recon the swamp, a potential site for a new base. Unit 98 sent to investigate. Casualty report 07.203.04. Mining Expedition 422 reports 3 dead, 2 injured, 1 missing in action. Captured bioform transferred to science team for study 07.203.01. Metroid Energy Report 07.202.09. Until we recover more Phazon, we rely on Metroids for power. Command has authorized mass breeding of Metroids for this purpose. In case you thought there wouldn't be Metroids in this Metroid game. Security Report 07.201.04. Out of fixed descriptors. Failed to allocate RTV descriptor. And the game crashed again. Oh boy. Man, the hardest enemy to beat in this game is the crashes. Let's start her up again. Do all of that over again. I know this is doable because I did it in my other personal games, so I don't know why it keeps crashing now. I'm noticing some screen tearing too. Okay. Back to this. So anyway, I feel like the dark world of Echoes is just a little bit too malicious. The atmosphere hurts you constantly, and there's not much you can do about that. You do get a way to prevent atmospheric damage if you play through the game far enough, but you got to get pretty far into the game to get that. Stop that. So for most of the game, you're going to be dealing with being in Dark Aether's caustic atmosphere. Okay. The good news is that it doesn't take long to get back to where we were. Although it does drive my thumbs a little nuts having to jam the shoot button this many times. Okay, yes, teleport in. More guys. Everything in this game just takes too many hits. Like, I feel like one charge shot should be enough. Try to lock onto it. These things are not good at firing at small, fast-moving targets. Fortunately. Okay, let's see if third time is the charm and we can actually get through this section without it crashing on us. Ow. Okay, security report 07201.4. The Marine vessel has been under attack by indigenous predators for several days. Casualties are high. The Marine force is near elimination. Metroid energy report 0720209. Until we recover more phazon, we rely on Metroids for power. Command has authorized mass breedings of Metroids for this purpose. I read that one before. Security report. Commando fell. Casualty report. Yep. New research. Planet Aether, obscure world in the Dasha system. Planet is unstable due to transdimensional flux. Warfare has devastated a good portion of the world's population. Finally, extreme climate shifts have left most of Aether uninhabitable. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. Great discoveries. Spatial anomaly has been found within our base. We believe this rift in space-time leads to a parallel dimension of some type, but have been unable to interact with it thus far. A strange artifact was found near the anomaly as well. It may be a weapon or generator of some kind. Perhaps it is the key to accessing the anomaly. High Command is eager for reports on the relic. A new weapon for our arsenal is always welcome. Okay, Rift Portal. The Rift Portal has been opened. The artifact weapon, dubbed the Dark Beam by Science Team, provides the energy needed to open the portal, although for a limited time. We've sent expeditions through the portal and they have returned with incredible news. The portal leads to a parallel version of Aether. This dark Aether has suffered a global calamity, turning it into a toxic wasteland. It is the homeworld of the shadowy creatures who have been raiding our base for the last cycle. Most importantly, it is the prime location of phazon in this sector. Extraction plans are being prepared. We will not be denied. Okay, local conflict. Intelligence reports on the indigenous population of Aether are in error. This planet is not at peace, nor are the inhabitants docile. Evidence of Class 4 conflict is present here, though the hostilities are at a minimal level now. Our territory has suffered several raids by a strange type of shadow creature. These raids have caused considerable damage, and we have requested more combat troops in response. Okay, phazon operations. Science teams detected the presence of phazon in the Dasha system 4 cycles ago. High Command authorized the deployment of our team shortly thereafter. Our orders are to establish a base on planet Aether and evaluate local phazon resources. Because this world lies on the periphery of Galactic Federation territory, we are following stealth protocol at the highest level. A cadre of elite commandos has been dispatched to provide security for our force as well. This operation is now underway. Okay. Did we finally scan every goddamn thing? Mechanical analysis. Elevator won't function. Okay. Don't just stand there. It's rude to sneak up on people. Security alert. All systems and units. Datanet has been compromised. The hunter has hacked our datanet. All of our secrets are now hers. She cannot be allowed to escape. Terminate her on sight. If I see her, I will. Security alert. All units to battle stations. The Dark Hunter has breached the Metroid production facility. Protect Phazon supply at all costs. Death to the Dark Hunter. Glory to the space pirates. Okay. Security systems active. Unique energy required for door access. Energized door with dark weapon energy to open it. Hey, it's Dark Samus. Phazon collection report 07.202.02. Phazon supply at Site 1 is diminishing. Sites 2 and 3 are supply rated above 90%. Site 4 remains a problem due to high presence of hostile bioforms. Planetary stability report 07.203.01. Planetary energy is at critical, creating violent climate changes and tectonic shifts. Unless these conditions can be reversed, global destruction is inevitable. Blast door security compromised. Door will remain in current position. Dark Hunter analysis 07.202.07. Scans of the Dark Hunter have revealed she grows stronger as she consumes Phazon. Already a class platinum AAA threat level, we shudder to think of her power level if she consumes our entire Phazon supply. Okay. Mechanism, Humility class turret, Space Pirate defense system, beam weapon variant of captured Federation turret, evade its fire with quick movement. The Space Pirates copied captured Federation Growler turrets but found the cannon unit inadequate. They replaced the Growler's weapon with a powerful galvanic accelerator cannon. The Humility turret packs a strong punch, but retains the Growler system's weaknesses. Fast targets can evade the crude targeting system, and the armor can't take much punishment. I cannot say enough about the awesome smoke effects. Okay. Bioscan complete. Metroid subject has several blast wounds from space pirate weaponry on low power settings. They wanted it alive after they were finished with it. Bioscan complete. Containment field is keeping Metroid subject in a constant state of agitation. It is unable to enter sleep cycles. Elevator systems online. That's a dark beam door. Fell off the platform. Okay. Morphology, Talon Metroid, energy craving parasite. Taken from planet Talon 4, target leeches bioenergy from its victims. Stunned by concussive blasts, vulnerable to dark energy. Space pirates harvest and enslave Metroids for use in their operations. The Talon Metroid will latch onto prey with powerful pincers, then proceed to drain its life energy. This causes the creature to grow in size and mass. The creatures are vulnerable to the chilling effect of dark energy and can be detached by entering a morph ball mode and deploying a bomb. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. The Hunter. Samus Aran, the accursed hunter, has arrived. The sudden arrival of the Hunter is strange enough, but her actions are stranger still. She does not seek out our destruction, but our Phazon. With each raid, she steals Phazon ore, only killing those who attempt to deny her. What she needs it for, we do not know, though science teams suspect she requires it to power her new armor suit. Dark in color, it is equipped with strange new weapons. The troops now call her the Dark Hunter. It is a fitting title. Bioscan complete. Metroid subject is suffering from food poison. It has ingested several pet treats and space pirate rations. These do not agree with its digestive system. Metroid subject has been energy drained repeatedly over the last 3 cycles. Subject's cellular structure has become unstable as a result. Bioscan complete. Metroid subject is heavily scarred. Wounds appear to be from repeated contact with its containment field, most likely received while attempting to escape. Bioscan complete. Evidence of symbiotic bonding presence in subject system. Subject is barely alive and is periodically leached of its bioenergy by Metroids. Okay. Mechanical analysis complete. Unit is a powered security barrier. The space pirates use this barrier to control access in this high security area. It must be rotated to advance. Well, let's rotate it then. Morphology, Pirate Aerotrooper, Airborne Assault Trooper, fast-moving and extremely well-armed. Jetpacks can be overloaded with thermal damage. Pirate Aerotroopers are known for their cold precision and utter cruelty. Armed with both beam and missile systems, the Aerotrooper can be a difficult foe to engage, especially at range. Their jetpacks can be overloaded with heat-based attacks, however. These units prefer death before dishonor. An injured Aerotrooper will make a suicide strike before allowing himself to be captured. Again, I love the smoke effects. For a GameCube game, this is pretty good looking. Just out of curiosity. Okay. Just checking to see if that was an actual scan. Okay. Production report. Metroids 07201.01. Mass breeding of Metroids underway. We will meet command's quota within a cycle. Storage remains an issue. Recommended expansion of existing facility before a critical Metroid level is reached. Maintenance report 07.200.03. Energy containment field generators have failed 3 times. I fear for our safety. We're out of spare parts. One more failure and we're finished. Space Pirate security system bypassed. Power harnessing system online. Processing ranks moving to position 1. Extreme caution recommended for some reason. Even though these things can't hurt you. Okay. So here's what we gonna do. We're gonna reposition these so that we can reach something over on the right. Training report 07.200.08. Science team believes the Metroids can be trained. After several cycles of trying, I believe science team has vapor for brains. I've lost 2 assistants to the wretched little things. Discipline report 07.198.02. Units 013 and 043 have been placed on low rations after being caught configuring the power storage racks for amusement purposes. Agility training is to occur only in sanctioned training areas. Object scan complete. This is the Alpha Power Storage Rack position monitor. 2 nearby consoles control the movement of the Alpha Power Storage Rack. Scan them to operate the system. Okay, command authorized. Configured to the desired position. And that is the desired position. Theft report 07.196.05. 3 Metroids have been stolen. All on-duty units have been questioned. Whereabouts of Metroids unknown. Doubling security in Metroid areas until further notice. Security report 07.199.07. The Dark Hunter was spotted near the Metroid tanks. She attempted to breach the containment racks without success, then escaped. Perhaps she is behind the recent Metroid threat. Metroid theft, rather. Okay. Termination report 07.195.02. Metroid Unit 318 was put down today after a failed domestication session. Metroid Unit refused commands and terminated one of its handlers before it was subdued. Well, yeah, you're gonna get that. Injury report 07.200.07. Unit 686 released a Metroid for target practice today. The Metroid then assaulted 686. He should be regaining brain functions in a cycle. Okay. So now we have created a pathway directly to that energy tank. Tasty. But to get out of here, we need to reconfigure the panels again. The middle one is fine. And then this one... no. Wrong way. Thanks, game. I already figured that out. Why would the Space Pirates build this room? Oh. Getting impatient. Once you've done that one time, you don't have to do it again. Thankfully. The pathway is completely open. New Lore entry. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. Security breach. The Dark Hunter teleports into the base at will. Our security has proven next to useless against her. Her latest raid was disastrous. Not only did we lose more Phazon to her, but she also crippled the stealth field generator with her strange new weapons. We are exposed. Until the replacement generator arrives, we will be vulnerable to scans and detection. Our presence here is still minimal. Should the Federation find us, we will be unable to defend our position. Fortunately, Aether is on the fringe of Federation space. With luck, we will have a stealth field back in effect before being detected. Oh, I'm so glad to hit a save station. No more replaying of that stuff. The Space Pirate's position here on Aether is a lot more tenuous than it was on Talon 4. Structural analysis complete. Stress fracture detected. Decomposure of brimstone alloy within the wall has weakened it. Structural integrity critical. Structural integrity more than critical. Or less. What's the... Oh yeah, to get that you have to... Nowhere to go but down. Well, well, well. If it isn't our clone. Morphology, Dark Samus, Phazon-powered entity. Powerful distance attacks. Phazon energy shield repels all weapons. Wait until it is down to attack. Avoid close contact with target. Scans indicate the presence of Phazon and your genetic material within this entity. She wears a version of the Various suit, altered and augmented by the Phazon within her. Primary weapons include the missile launcher and a scattershot variant of the power beam. Boost and jump capabilities are superior to yours. The ability to generate Phazon energy shields is also present. Yeah, she's pretty cool. By the way, it says that she's got a Phazon energy shield, but as far as I can tell, that's bull. She sometimes is protected, but most of the time she's not. Ow. Even when she's glowing, it seems like you can still hit her. Phase 2. See, weird. You can still hit her even though she's glowing. Where's... Ow. You can't hit her right now, but then you can. You might think that Phase 2 implies second form, but she doesn't count as a separate scan yet. Even though Dark Samus 1 was the name of the scan we took over. We will be facing... got hung up. We will be facing Dark Samus again, don't worry. It's not really spoilers when the game itself tells you that it's Dark Samus 1. That alone implies a Dark Samus 2 is coming. She's just a copy. Element, Phazon, volatile ore with biomutagenic properties. Origin point of Phazon unknown. First detection of element on planet Talon 4. Used by space pirates to produce vast levels of energy. Bioforms exposed to Phazon without proper shielding will eventually undergo radical mutation. Okay. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. Shadow War. The local war has escalated in intensity. The Shadowlings from Dark Aether have launched an offensive. The assault seems focused on a central network of buildings atop a mountain. A base, perhaps. Strangely, this attack coincides with a rise in planetary instability. Perhaps these shadow creatures are using a new weapon system. The Shadowlings must believe us to be foes, for they have hit our base numerous times as well. We are holding, but attrition is taking its toll on our troops and resources. Reinforcements are en route. We can only wait and defend what is ours. The Dark Beam. This is where things start to get weird. Press C right to switch to the Dark Beam. Charge weapon to fire a normal shot when out of ammo. Additional data downloaded to inventory screen. Press start to access the inventory screen. So this is the Dark Beam. We can open dark doors. And that thing. Metroid brood generation underway. Protocol 3 in effect until further notice. Exercise extreme caution when dealing with the birthing or storage of newborns. Remember, infant Metroids are not pets. New lore entry. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. Federation attack. Another disaster. The transport bringing our reinforcements and supplies has been shot down. It was engaged in orbit by a Federation vessel, which has landed near the alien temple. It's only a matter of time before the Marines attack. Survivors from our ship have made their way to our base. Here we shall make our stand. Another enemy. First the Shadowlings, then the Dark Hunter, and now the Galactic Federation Marine Corps. Perhaps fate will smile upon us before the world itself opens up its maw and swallows us. You're a glass half-empty kind of guy, aren't you? Whoever wrote that. Okay. While they look largely the same, these are a new scan. Pirate Grenadier, space pirate specializing in grenade combat. Powerful grenade launcher makes this enemy dangerous at range, minimal close combat ability. The space pirates have begun to use an experimental energy grenade launcher in the field. You can only tell these guys apart from the regular space pirates by their gun, or the shots they fire, of course. Experimental grenade launcher in the field. The weapon is viewed as a mixed blessing to the grenadier units. While the grenade launchers are powerful weapons, grenadiers must leave their rifles behind to carry them. Fast-moving targets can close range on grenadiers, rendering their main weapon somewhat ineffective. Come on. Alright, let's get out of here before it crashes again. This portal is active. I'm extremely paranoid about being in that room. That seems to be where all the crashes happen. Bioscan complete. Subject took multiple armor breaches, exposing its body to the local atmosphere. Resulting trauma led to multiple organ failure and death. Bioscan complete. Subject's spine was shattered after high-velocity impact. The attack crippled the subject, leaving it vulnerable to further attacks and ultimately termination. So here's a thing you can do. Xenotech, nullified beacon, protective field of light energy deactivated. Light beacons, when covered with dark energy, cease to function for a brief time. Light energy can clear the beacon of the dark energy. Some dark creatures will fire dark energy at light beacons to hinder or damage their opponents. Okay. All you have to do is shoot them a bunch. Gotta shoot everything that's in a bunch. Okay, nullified crystal. Protective field of light energy deactivated. Light crystals, when covered with dark energy, cease to function for a brief time. Light energy can clear the crystal of the dark energy. Some dark creatures will fire dark energy at light creatures to hinder or damage them. Yeah. Object analysis complete. This statue conceals a Luminoth device. Outer shell of the statue composed of brimstone. Explosive damage may weaken or destroy it. Okay. Alright. Xenotech, light lift crystal, energized by dark-based weapons. Luminoth lift platform will lower when crystal is energized by dark weaponry. Used by the Luminoth forces during their war. Most still function despite periodic abuse from the Ying. This guy's not yet. Subject appears to have been terminated by his own forces. Evidence of parasitic infestation present. Subject may have turned on his allies against his will. Come here. Morphology. Dark free. Darkling possessed gas-filled cyborg. Darkling enhances target's durability. Destruction of outer body will release a highly toxic cloud. The aggressive Freeds are often possessed by Darklings for aerial hunting missions. The presence of the dark creature makes the small cyborg more durable. The toxic gas carried by a Freed is enhanced by the exposure to dark energy, making it considerably more dangerous. And what's this? Dark Aegon Temple keys. One of 3 needed to open the Dark Aegon Temple. Okay. We can go through here. Not any room for maneuvering here. Okay. Not going that way. Come on, open door. Like I said last time, they mostly fixed the doors. This dark world is so oppressive. Do you mind? That's pretty rude. Bioscan complete. Subject was undergoing parasitic fusion when its heart failed. Massive biosystem shock led to the termination of subject and parasite. Structural analysis complete. This section of wall has a large amount of secondary densium in it. It is unstable as a result. It may be unstable, but so am I. Okay, I don't see any beep boops on the radar. Bioscan complete. Subject's chest armor was compromised by multiple high-energy spikes, then penetrated by a piercing weapon, terminating the subject's life signs. Okay, we know what those are. I just didn't say it this time because I had to replay that section 3 times. Okay. Structural analysis complete. Object contains a number of motivator units. It appears to be a component in some sort of transport system. Xenotech, Dark Lift Crystal, energized by light-based weapons. Luminoth lift platform will raise when crystal is energized by light-based weaponry. Used by the Luminoth forces during their war. Most still function despite periodic abuse from the Ying. 40% of all logbook scans. Not bad. How do I get up there? There. Bioscan complete. Subject has a number of severe phazon radiation burns. Trauma from these wounds is the cause of death. Bioscan complete. Subject's chest armor was compromised by multiple high-energy spikes, then penetrated by a piercing weapon, terminating the subject's life signs. There we go. And this way appears to be the correct path. Doesn't look like it, but you have to jump over that, otherwise you fall into a pit of Phazon and take a ton of damage. Bioscan complete. Subject was caught in a Phazon explosion. The force of the explosion breached its armor, leaving it exposed to Phazon radiation and the toxic atmosphere of dark Aether. It didn't live long after that. Go figure. Subject has numerous fatal wounds in the back, all from space pirate weaponry. Such termination is often the punishment for cowardice among the space pirate commandos. Security system breach. Access codes enabled. 1 of 3 locks are offline. Okay. In case you're wondering, yes, you do have to come all the way up here to scan this. Security system breached. Access code enabled. 2 of 3 locks are offline. We got 1 more to go. And it's down this way. There we go. All locks are offline. Morphology. Inkclaw. Toxic spewing immobile darkling. Target surrounded by an impenetrable shell. Produces deadly vapor. The Inkclaw secretes an incredibly durable outer shell over itself shortly after birth. From that moment on, it remains rooted in place. The creature feeds on the flotsam floating in the atmosphere of dark Aether and produces waste in the form of a toxic deadly vapor. Wall farts. Nice. Get out of here. Morphology. Night barb. Flying airborne hunters native to dark Aether. Targets are small but travel in large numbers for safety. Avoid contact. Night barbs are small, airborne darklings, smaller and weaker than a hunter ing. A night barb will travel in with a large pack to increase its odds of survival. This is wise, since their primary predators are hunter ing. Bioscan complete. Subject Luminoth has been dead for 1.2 decacycles. Target shows signs of phazon radiation poisoning and extreme exposure to dark Aether's atmosphere. All gear and weapons have been removed from the target. The light beam. Now, this is our second weapon that uses ammunition. Third, I guess, if you count the missiles. Okay, press C left to switch to the light beam. Charge weapon to fire a normal shot when out of ammo. Additional data downloaded to inventory screen. Press start to access inventory screen. Okay, so now we have both the light beam and the dark beam. Defeat enemies with the dark beam to earn light ammo. Defeat enemies with the light beam to earn dark ammo. New research. Xenotech, Energized Crystal, generates enhanced field of light energy. Energized crystals provide better protection from Dark Aether's denizens. Dark creatures are damaged by the energized field. Some are killed on contact. The extra protection is not unlimited and must be recharged by the light beam to remain in effect. Excuse me 1 second while I deal with our infestation here. These things are much less annoying than light ether. How is that missing? AK, Energized Beacon, generates enhanced field of light energy. Beacons provide better protection from Dark Aether's denizens. Dark creatures are damaged by the energized field. Some are killed on contact. Entry protection is not unlimited. We know the drill. See, I got a little bit of dark ammo off of that. It's hard to see the dark ammo, but... Morphology, Webling. Darkling capable of generating and energizing tensile biomaterial. Creature is immobile and immune to most weapons. The light beam will be able to disrupt and destroy targets. Weblings spin a network of... Sorry, just trying to figure out which way is front on this thing. Spin a network of energized snare lines, then sit in the middle and wait for prey to get caught in it, much like a spider. A webling is incredibly durable, though it has the darkling weakness to light. Yes. Okay. If I can't lock onto it, I will just pew-pew it. Hey, there's light ammo. There's dark ammo. That's what they look like. You have to balance your light ammo and your dark ammo. Did you just die already? Okay. We're gonna go through the bottom of this one. Because we can pick up a new scan. Darkling Tentacle, Dimension Warping Ing Tendril. Darkling will open warps and attempt to grapple enemy targets. Dislikes bright light. Some Darklings can open dimensional portals at will. They use this ability to hunt for unwary prey, reaching out to snatch them with their tentacles. Once ensnared, the prey is dragged to its doom. The tentacles are resilient. Pure light energy can disrupt them. Nothing can destroy them. Hey, there's another Dark Aegon Temple key. We need these. Crap. Morphology, Ing Web Trap, semi-sentient living snares. Creature is virtually indestructible and can only be undone by killing the Ing that commands it. These creatures respond to commands from the Ing, forming over areas as ordered. They are virtually indestructible and can only be undone by killing the Ing that commands them. Basically, it locks the door. See, I don't always let them hit me. We have the light beam now, so we can use the light beam on these guys too. It's not, you know, an auto kill, but what are you looking at? take your medicine. There we go. That's 2 Dark Temple keys we got. Okay. Now, I think we want to head for the Dark Oasis. There we go. Now I'm going to backtrack a bit. Well, I'm calling it backtracking. Traveling in a not forward direction. To get to the save station. And I think it's time that we save and quit for the night. We've earned it at this point. I can't believe it crashed twice. So that was Metroid Prime 2. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream of it and enjoying my playthrough. We've got a lot yet to do. We still have one more Dark Aegon key to find, and then we have to fight the Aegon boss. And then we've still got 2 more areas after that. So it's going to be a long game, but it's fun. I enjoy it. It's not as good as Prime. I keep saying that, but it's not as good as Prime, but it is still a good game. It's very solid. So anyway, we'll see you guys next time, and we'll see you.